Mazuma TV back in the building, man. What's going on, y'all? Shout out to Mazuma Nation. Shout out to the Mazuma Maui in the building, of course. Get the merch, man. This is one of the hats that I got up on the website right now. Real simple. The Mazuma boxing logo, man, is one of my most popular items on my website. Follow me on all social media. Mark.Mazuma on Instagram. At Coach Mazuma on Instagram if you want to see what it's like for me being a boxing coach. And if you support the channel, man, donate to the channel, man. Cash sign MarkMazuma all together on Cash App, man. I apologize for not going live last night, man. I slept for 10 straight hours, bro. The plan was to take a little nap from 9 to 9:30, and I just never woke up, man. So it is what it is. I apologize for that. I promise I will be live tonight, and we definitely gonna chop it up, man. We've been having some great lives lately, and I appreciate my subscribers for making the lives what it is, you know what I'm saying? But what I want to get into today is an article on Boxing Scene, man. Shout out to Boxing Scene for the article. It was an interview by Yordenis, Ugas, and I guess they had asked him about the Spence Crawford fight and what his overall thoughts was on it, because Yordenis Ugas was Errol Spence's last victory. You know what I'm saying? He was the fight before the ultimate fight against Terence Crawford. And he says he don't know what the fuck happened. That's literally what he said, quote for quote. He said he don't know what the fuck happened, and that wasn't the Spence that fought him. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people have been saying that. You know what I mean? A lot of people on the internet, on social media, other boxers I've heard said that this wasn't the Errol Spence that they're accustomed to. You know what I'm saying? So it seems like a built-in excuse. In all honesty, man. Me personally, I'm giving all the credit to Terence Crawford, because I feel like throughout his career that was something he didn't really get much. You know what I mean? I felt like whenever it came to Terence Crawford, people shitted on his resume and said that he fought this person at the wrong time. He didn't beat nobody but bums. You know what I mean? So this is like the biggest win of his career, in all honesty. He's starting to really get the love and recognition that I feel like he truly deserves. So I'm not going to be here to shit on him or agree with you, Dennis Ugas. I just think that Terence Crawford's performance was that good that he made Errol Spence look that way. You know what I'm saying? Now, there may be some things that took away from Errol's performance, don't get it wrong, you know, in terms of maybe the weight cut or the inactivity, because he didn't fight in well over a year until Terence Crawford. Terence Crawford fought at the end of December of last year. So he had a little bit more of the activity on his side, but Terence Crawford's older. You know what I mean? There's some things that we could say that Terence Crawford had the disadvantage on as well in terms of opposition at 147. You know what I mean? I believe Errol Spence had the better opposition at 147, so he might have been more well-prepared for this big fight in terms of who he's fought to get to this point. So, you know, I'm not here to give excuses for Errol, and Errol said it himself. He said it out his own mouth that even if he had an excuse, he wouldn't give you one. You know what I'm saying? So I don't understand why these guys are coming out and saying excuses for the man. I don't really think Ugas is giving Errol an excuse for why he lost. He's just saying that's not the motherfucker that fought him, because there were two drastically different performances. You know what I mean? Errol looked a lot stronger against Ugas. He looked a lot sharper. His punches seemed to be more explosive. You know what I'm saying? And he was just more aggressive throughout the fight. Now, you could argue and say that Terence Crawford just neutralized all of that, man. He didn't allow Errol to get his style off, you know what I mean? Didn't allow him to implement his style, didn't allow him to come forward, and every time Errol threw a body shot, he made him pay with a sharp counter. You know what I'm saying? He'll either beat him to the punch or catch and shoot, time him coming in, whatever it was. You know what I mean? It just seemed like Terence Crawford really had Errol Spence's number that night. And I honestly feel that whatever approach Errol would have took, Crawford would have just had an answer for it, because of how long he had been preparing for this fight. You know what I mean? He'd been chasing that fight for half a decade. You know what I mean? I feel like that's something that a lot of people not really taking into consideration. This man was studying for 5 years. And if you study anything for 5 years, you're going to learn a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's just my opinion on the situation. Yordenis Ugas says that he don't know what the fuck happened. He just know that's not the Errol that fought him, which may be true, but I think it's more because of what Terence Crawford brought to the table that night, man. He was a man possessed. He was a man on fire that night. So shout out to Terence Crawford, man, and shout out to Yordenis Ugas for taking this fight against Mario Barrios. It's a great fight. on the undercard of Jamel, Charlo, and Canelo Alvarez, which is coming up soon, man. I believe we like 3 weeks away from that fight. So, great fight. Looking forward to seeing it. And shout out to Errol Spence, man. Hopefully he bounces back off of this, learns something, and he's able to provide a better fight against Terence Crawford in the rematch, being that he activated the rematch clause. So y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments, man. This is Mazuma TV. Shout out to Mazuma Nation. Shout out to the Mazuma Mob Mid Cop, the merch, of course, man. Follow me on all social media. I'm out of here, man. Peace.